Good morning, everyone. I know we're a minute before we're technically supposed to get started, but I want to jump on here and let's just talk about how everyone's doing today, this beautiful Monday morning. I know last week was really heavy, could be really heavy for some of you still. And I just want to, anyone have gratitude? Anyone want to share anything that's on their heart, on their mind, how you're doing? Anyone?
Just grateful for
Chip,
another
you got gratitude?
morning.
What you got?
I'm grateful for, I'm grateful for a lot of things, but I'm definitely grateful for like cooler weather we've had, this kind of early fall weather. Love that because I don't know, it's just nice being outside. Grateful for friends. I'm grateful for grandkids. I'm grateful for family. I'm grateful for a lot of things.
Yesterday I got to spend some time with Winnie, and I'm just gonna share this. I'm gonna be pretty vulnerable right now, but as I'm watching her just play and laugh, my daughter had several people in and out of the house, and she just, of all walks of life, by the way, and she just loved, she just smiled and she just brought so much joy. And I said to my daughter, I said, isn't it amazing that this little 9-month-old hasn't been tainted by anyone else's beliefs or judgments or hatred, or she just loves, and she brings so much joy because that's the only thing she knows. And I just thought, man, if the world could just love
As a 9-month-old does.
as a 9-month-old does. Yeah.
Or the
So-
laughter of that.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just felt I wanted to share that with you all. And we're in a, I don't know, it's just a tough world we're in right now. And if we could just stop and choose love, it just solves so much.
Yeah.
So anyone else want to share? Fatima, I saw that you had come off mute.
Yes, I just wanted to say good morning and thank you for all you guys do for us. I really appreciate
Fatima, we can't hear you if you're.
So
Are we muted? Can you guys all hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, okay, thanks Pam, thanks PJ.
Can you hear me?
I can hear
Yeah,
Fatima.
Fatima,
I
I still
can
see you
hear.
trying to
I
talk,
can
but
hear- I
we're
can
not
hear
hearing
Fatima,
you.
but I
Dave,
lost.
you have something you wanna add?
Okay, I don't know if you can hear
Can
me.
you hear me?
I can
Hello?
hear the both of
Why
you,
are
so
we
I'm thinking
not
maybe
hearing
it
them?
might be the audio with Chip in.
Tiffany, you're trying to talk too, hold on.
Yeah, we got something with your audio. Let me.
Hold on. Come down here.
I can hear all of them fine.
You can
you
hear
can
all
hear
of them?
everybody. You can hear
We
us.
cannot.
I can hear you.
We can't hear anybody.
Yeah, we can't hear. Okay, now somebody try to talk.
Hey, can you hear me?
Ah, yeah.
Hi. Good deal.
Yes.
I was just saying good morning and thank you for sharing that this morning, Robin. And that is a good prompt for me today to lead with the love of a 9-month-old. So I like that. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, you're welcome. Dave, what you got?
Yeah, if you can hear me now, I was just gonna say that doesn't sound like you can hear us all.
We can now.
Yeah, we
Now
got
I'm grateful. Now I'm grateful that you can hear us.
you. So are we.
Yeah, but I want you to share what you shared again because I didn't hear that.
Oh, I didn't share anything. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I mean, I just started this new 7 daily morning questions to myself, and one of them, I think number 2, I'm looking at right now, is I'm grateful for everything I have. So it's I have been getting up, taking a look around, whether it's looking at, oh my God, I've got 11 pair of shoes, or family or friends or business. So I'm grateful that I get on these calls and get reminded that I need to acknowledge this stuff.
Yeah, for sure. It's hard to start your day off in a bad way when you start with gratitude. So thank you for sharing that, Kay. Fatima, would you share again with us? I'm sorry, we weren't able to hear you.
No, it's okay. Good morning. Happy Monday to everybody. No, I just wanted to say thank you to leadership for always being there and helping us get better every day. I do appreciate that. And I'm grateful that my big listing is coming up. It's coming soon today and will be live. So bring me some buyers. Excited about that process. So anyway, happy Monday to everybody.
Congratulations, Fatima.
Thank you.
Anyone else have anything on your heart you want to share, gratitude or anything?
I just want to say we had a great family reunion Saturday here at the house with Charlene's siblings and cousins and nieces and nephews, and it was great getting together on her mom and dad's anniversary, which would have been their 71st anniversary. So it was a great day. But I also I'm very thankful for our team. We had 3 great open houses with a lot of good contacts and leads that were surfaced on those 3 open houses, and our team did a great job with it, and Julian helped us out with one as well.
Wonderful. Jim, I've been hearing a lot, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna dive a little bit deeper into that. So I've been hearing open houses are really working for some, they're getting great leads. I mean, I had one agent say, if you didn't do an open house and get a lead, there's something wrong. Cause there's so many people that are out right now. What is your team doing systematically to make sure that you get a lot of people through your open houses and you have that kind of success?
Well, Beth is promoting it on social media and doing a great job communicating it. We're circle prospecting around the open house, and we're door knocking around the open house.
Prior to the open house, correct?
Prior to the open house.
Okay,
So it sounds like marketing and prospecting.
yes.
Hey,
Technology and old fashioned hard work.
So let me get, you're hosting an event and you're actually inviting people to the event? Is that what
Something
you're-
like that.
Yeah, okay, just wanted to check that.
Great job. Thank you for sharing. PJ.
I just wanted to second what Jim said. We had 2 open houses this weekend, one in Kannapolis, one in Indian Land, and I'll let Zach speak to the Kannapolis one. But same exact thing. We do a social media blast every single day leading up to the open house. We do circle prospect through Mojo, and then we door knock the neighborhoods. And I had 7 families come through this weekend at one of them. And some good interest of actually people in the same neighborhood just looking to downsize. And I don't know what, Zach, if you want to chime in on what you did in Kannapolis, but we've got a lot of good leads from it.
Hi, Zach.
And we had Saturday was pretty good. We had a few families, 4 or 5 families come through on Saturday. Some nosy neighbors and some of their friends actually. And then Sunday was slow. We didn't do, no one came through on Sunday, but Saturday was a good day.
Thank you.
Okay.
Nosy neighbors, you know what they become? Really great sellers.
Recruiters and sellers.
I'll tell you, when we do this on our team and we do it at a high level, every single time we will typically, I want to say every single time, we will most likely get another listing out of that same neighborhood. And we actually hold our open house from 12 to 3, but we do a nosy neighbor hour, and that's what we call it, from 11 to 12, to invite the neighbors in. And as a result, shoot, the one that I did in Indian Land this weekend is our 22nd home in that same neighborhood.
Amazing. Little micro events are also really good. Get a food truck out there, get a ice cream truck, partner with one of your vendor partners in that, and that draws a ton of people. So think about that when you're doing open houses, just at a whole new level. Tiffany.
Remind me again, circle prospecting, that is.
Yeah, Jim, you want to explain how you circle prospect?
Yes. So, oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jim.
It's the same thing that PJ said. We use Mojo, the Mojo dialer, and we just work around the house. And so wherever the house is, we just do a radius around it, or we may pick some move up neighborhoods to call as well. And then also door knocking around the house, the same process.
Okay. And not familiar with Mojo dialing. Don't have to take up this session, but I'll get more info on it or info on it. Thank you.
Tiffany, if you want to call me anytime today, I'm happy to go over those steps with you.
Thank you.
Awesome, thanks Sharon. All right, anybody else before we jump in? Great conversation.
Hey, one more thing. If anybody wants, I'm going to be teaching Ignite tomorrow, and I'm going to be sharing my entire open house protocol with all of the Ignite students. So if you want, pop into that class.
Nice.
There you go.
Love it. All right, you guys ready to jump in?
We set us up on screen share.
Yep.
I'll let you grab that. And then, please.
Hi, Mel. Guys, take a minute to hug yourselves while we do this. Hold on. Big squeeze.
I can't breathe.
Here we go. All right, everybody see that screen? If you're driving, please don't look, but everybody good?
All right, gang. So here's what I wanted to do. Robin and I were talking about the call today. We've done some macro stuff. We kind of talked about national things the last couple of calls. So I thought, let's check in locally. How we doing? So I went into Sam, of course, part of Canopy, and I wanted to look at the Charlotte metro area. And I didn't do anything else. I didn't pull up my property type, price ranges, anything. Because I just wanted to kind of give us a broader view of how the Charlotte market is performing. All right, so I just jumped on to sales price initially. And then I click on average sale price. And this gives us our trend line going back to January of 22. And as we kind of follow along here, what do we see? In terms of the closed sales prices. Look at, we just hit 500,000 on average price in May of this year. And there we sit right there. So we see, guys, we're still seeing the prices go up. They're smaller. It's not the big jump we saw over here from January of 22 at 384, up to, a year later at 445. But we are still increasing in price. And if we talk about market, the prices of homes in the market, it's based on the sales price. It is not based on the list price. It's not based on price reductions. It's based on what the homes are actually closing for, okay?
So historically, Chip, just so everyone knows on the call, historically for 50, 75, 100 years, we've seen an average of about 4%.
Correct. It's
So
the
if we're,
sweet spot.
that's really the sweet spot. And we're at 3.8%, so not terrible. I mean, there are places in the country that are not seeing this kind of increase right now. So
Correct.
it's important that your sellers know that, we're not seeing the 9, 10, 11, 14% increase that we did a few years ago. However, still a very healthy market.
So the government, Robin, actually likes us to be nationally in terms of appreciation right at that 4% mark.
Yes.
It's sustainable. It's usually indicating a healthy economy. It's indicating that there's affordability in the market.
Mhm.
There's jobs, people can make payments, blah, 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 right? So here we go. We're sitting at 3.8%. As of August, the end of August 2025.
So I think I just want to talk about this too, because I think where sellers are, that you may be having trouble with listing and the price, is that somebody who may have bought 2-3 years ago when prices skyrocketed, right?
Yep.
And now all of a sudden they may have a tough time getting their money back out of, if they had to move within the last 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
I mean, they may break even. So that's a tough conversation right now.
Correct. So guys, here's what I want you to kind of look at this. Let's take this 4%, this average price. Let's look at it a little bit differently. Let's hypothetically jump forward to next year at this time. Well, let's assume that we had a 4% appreciation in the market.
Mm-hmm.
What's 4% of 500,000?
I know 3%.
Well, yeah. So just add 5 to it.
Right.
So guys, it's 20 grand. What does that represent? The amount of equity that people, that the market's gonna provide people if they buy a house today. Your $500,000 price a year from now at 4% would be worth $520.
Mhm. Mhm.
$20,000 the market's giving you in equity. Okay, I'm not saying we can't guarantee that, of course, but if we're starting to level out and it's starting to average at this level right there, I mean, again, we're not seeing our prices decline, right? So they're holding steady, and even if I look at median, you know, the median's still at 2%. But, you know, in this, for the purposes of what we're talking about today, we're gonna look at the averages. All right, so that's the sale price. Let's see.
Any questions around that or comments?
All right, let's go next. Let's look at pendings. Ooh, okay, so here we go. January of 22, in our market, we have 52,000 pendings. January of this year, 35,000 pendings. But now look what's happening. Oh, our pendings are starting to go back up a little bit. So we've seen a little bit of pressure downwards in the interest rate. Or so are we starting to see an uptick in the amount of properties that are going under contract and pending? Okay, that could be part of it. Now let's go look at homes for sale. Okay. See a few more here. January, we had 7826 units for sale. End of August, we were sitting at 9408. So part of this pendings could be that there's simply more inventory, but I do believe a lot of it is simply tied to the fact that, you know, there's again, a little bit of downward pressure on interest rates. All right.
Yeah, but go back to that, I mean, there's 34%, I mean, we're up 34%.
Yes,
In
that's,
homes for sale, that's huge.
yeah, year to date.
You
Yeah.
just whipped right through that, I'm like, whoa,
Yeah, well, I mean, I did, but here's the thing,
that's why I'm here.
that's why Robin's here. Robin taps the brakes, thank you. So guys, let's talk about that, okay, homes for sale, more inventory. What does that really mean? What does it really mean? What does it mean for buyers?
Well, we're seeing a shift, if there's more inventory, then it becomes more of a shift to a buyer's market.
Well,
Versus a seller's market.
yeah, and then to be honest, in simplistic terms, this is how I really look at it, for a buyer, there's more choices.
Yeah, more
And
opportunity.
for a buyer, there's less competition.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's two positives with having more inventory. What does it mean for sellers?
For sellers, it means it's more competition, so you have to make sure that you're priced accordingly or below the market.
Seller competition, right? So there's more choices, so the buyers have more things to go look at. They're not funneled into yours where you're gonna attract 10, 12, 15 buyers at your property because you're in. Right? And it's really important that we explain to sellers, here's the thing, guys, you do have more competition. There are more homes for sale. So the price, condition, location kind of strategy and conversation we should be having, that has to show up, right? So you gotta stage it, we gotta price it right, you gotta understand the market. We gotta look at some of this stuff. Imagine if you had this, by the way. Pull this up, if you have like at a listing appointment, live internet, right? And you started to show people some of the stuff we're looking at here. Let's look at pending sales, let's look at home for sales. And by the way, I can break this down into neighborhoods, zip codes. I got a lot of other choices here. For how I'm explaining to you guys to use it at an appointment, but this is live information.
Well,
Here's your presentation.
So for several years, I mean, condition matters, yes, and it really didn't over the past several years.
Mhm.
Like if you just had a house for sale, it's probably gonna go regardless of condition. Now condition is gonna matter more.
Absolutely, has to, because people have choices. If
'Cause
they
they have
don't like
choices,
what they
yeah.
see. Price wise, or the condition of the house, or the location of the house, but they're serious motivated buyers, guess what? They're gonna go look at something else.
Yeah.
Sometimes the other homes that they go look at could be, they could be using that as the comparison property. The reason to go buy something else. And I'll explain more about that on another call, but that's just a strategy we have to look at. All right, so I'm gonna keep rolling here. Months of supply, let's look at this one. So on months of supply. Oh, I can't see my.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. All right, cool, months of supply. So what does this mean? Okay, we're at 3.2 months of supply. So in other words, the current rate that homes are being purchased and closed to the current amount of inventory out there. If nothing new hit the market, it would take 3.2 months to clear out all the available homes that are for sale. That's what that means, 3.2 months.
Up 33%.
It's up 33%. What is a balanced market? How many months of supply?
6.
5 to
Got it.
7.
Yeah, 5 to 7, you could say 6. Point of it is, we're not moving closer to the 1, we're moving closer to the 6
Mhm.
of a balanced market. But if I come back and I even look here, July of last year, we were at 2.3 months, 2.5, 2.5, 2.6. Every one of these dots is another month in the process. So we started the year at 2.7 months and we're sitting at 3.2 months right now. But come over here to January, by the way, it was 1.1 month. In other words, 5 weeks.
Mhm.
5 weeks of inventory.
Eh,
I
Chip.
can tell you, hang on 1 second, PJ. I can tell you in some other markets during, right after COVID. For example, down in Charleston and Mount Pleasant. The amount of months of supply was 3 days.
Yeah.
It was terrible. Terrible. Go ahead, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, I think this has actually bounced back a little bit. I think last month was 3.4 and we were climbing and it's kind of leveled a little bit. And I didn't know if you could speak to that.
So this one here that I'm looking at, this again is the Charlotte metro area. That's how I have it broken down. This is the month of August, it ended the month at 3.2. The month prior to that, July was 3.1, then it was 3 in June, it was 3 in May, it was 2.9. So here's the thing, guys, as supply increases. So the supply and demand factor comes into play with this, right? So if we have more supply hitting the market, but demand is remaining fairly steady and maybe going up a little bit, but it's not going up at the same level supply is, we start to see a greater amount of months of supply of homes for sale. The law of economics. This is the way for us to look at supply and demand. All right, let's look at days on market. I'm gonna head there next. Okay, 22 average days on market at the end of August. That was up 69.2% from the year prior. If I come over here, let's go to August. It was 13 days. So we've gone from 13 days to 22 days in the span of a year. Is that good? Is that a good number? Is that a bad number? Or is that just a number?
13 is pretty decent, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
it's definitely not a bad number. It's just we were also spoiled by the 2 minutes and 2 days. So 22 is very reasonable.
yeah, especially let's go back to 2022. For the majority, the first 6-7 months of the year, it was 4 days.
Yeah, Sharon, I think you nailed it. Is the conversations now just need to look different, right? Because 22 days, are you kidding? That's still not bad. I mean,
No.
I remember the day it was like, okay, we're gonna sign a year listing because it might sell in 8 months.
Yeah,
Folks, right?
to 9 months on average for your days on market.
Mhm.
Months, not
Months. Yeah, so this is definitely not bad. And still, we have these sellers out there that think if it's not sold in the first 2 to 4 days, something's wrong. You're not doing what you should be doing as an agent. Is anyone still running into that where they have clients that have that expectation?
But that doesn't mean you take your foot off the pedal if you're not getting showings in 22 days. That's a whole different conversation.
Absolutely. Amen, Sharon.
We're gonna go there next. So thinking about this, guys, and Robin just gave you a clue in what she just said. If that's the seller's expectation, whose job is it to help them see and create the right expectation? It's our job, isn't it?
Ours.
These kind of conversations at a listing appointment, and we're explaining the market. And setting the expectation of what they should be seeing. And what things look like over the first week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. And here's your information to use. Again, guys, you can break this down and right specifically into their areas, their neighborhood price, price point, the whole thing, right? We can really drill this down.
Well, the thing that you're setting up at the expectation, what the expectations do is it creates trust right from the beginning. If you don't set up those expectations, you've lost trust the minute you walk out the door and things don't happen the way they have in their minds.
It's hard to get a price reduction if they don't trust you, that you know what you're doing,
Exactly.
because now they just feel you're wasting their money.
Mhm.
All right, let's look at, I wanna look at showings. So let's look at average showings, the amount of showings to get a property pending, 13. 13, if we go back to. Well, if you look at, isn't it funny, look at this, I mean, really for about the last year and a half, it's been 13. That number really hasn't changed. It did a little bit in here, it went to 14, I go back over here, it's 13. I mean, that's crazy. So we're still at 13 showings, right? Showings to pending. How many showings before the property goes under contract? Now, if I look at showings per listing. Don't forget, not every listing goes under contract, correct? We have some that don't, but we're at 4.8 showings per listing. But this is, to me, the one that we really want to look at is on average, how many showings does it take before your property should go under contract? We're looking at 13. Can anybody tell me, there's something I learned, 20 some years ago. It was like an NAR stat, talked about the seller's first 3 to 4 weeks on the market, what to expect. Anybody remember that or know that?
Is it 21 days a property is considered stale?
So the first 3 weeks is most critical, correct? Yep. What should happen within the first 3 weeks?
An
Any-
offer?
Well, how many showings? Let's go there first.
Oh, I don't know. off the
8
top
to
of my head.
12.
Okay.
So the first 3 weeks is the most critical period of time when you list the property. You should get 8 to 12 showings. If you don't get 8 to 12, you probably have a price problem. If you get 8 to 12 and you don't get an offer, you probably have a price problem. It's something I learned a long time ago. What do we see in the market right now? 13. So if we change the verbiage a little bit, I'm gonna tell you that 8 to 12, that first 3 weeks saying it is absolutely any market almost coming right down to the point. And here it's showing up for you right here, guys. There's 13. So, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, here's what I'm thinking. Let's go ahead and get you on the market based on everything we're looking at. Our first 3 weeks, we should probably, because our days on market is how many? 22. There's 3 weeks. We should expect about 13 showings on average, but before we get that right offer to come in that we can go under contract with. And let's kind of set that stage for us in the first, say, 30 days of being on the market. You guys, even just something like this, you don't have to print anything. Again, take this live and just know which one of these things to kind of click through. And it's doing all the heavy lifting for you. You're not telling anybody anything. You're showing, you're demonstrating, you're bringing value. You are the local economist being able to explain and overcome most of the objections you're going to hear, by the way, which on my morning call, 7:45 that I had last week, it was all about the objections. We covered this for buyers and sellers. Jump on those calls. We typically have one topic a week and we drill down into it over the course of 3 days. All right, let's look at our list close and what this looks like. I'll go to average over here. About list to close days, 92. So they start on the market. They have several price reductions along the way. The days on market is about getting to, I didn't do average on this one, actually, it's 45. This is to go under contract, this is to get closed, right? So we don't want to have a seller still sitting out there 90 days, it's 3 months on the market. But if they start their price high and they have to make 1, 2, or 3, even perhaps price reductions, this now begins to see, they can start seeing what to start looking at. So if they want to screw around with that process for 3 months, it's up 9.5% over the last 12 months. All right, we'll look at this one real quick. Percent of original list price, 96. which indicates, on this one, on average, a property that's been closing is getting about 96% of their original list price. Now, some, again, may have to make price reductions, some don't. They just get the price correct right out of the gate, and typically within that first, 2
And
weeks.
this is what's indicating though that we're seeing the
Yep.
96%, because we were seeing, 100+%.
Yeah, well, let's go back over here.
Yeah, so
June of 22 is 101.
yes. So
There's
that's
multiple
been a long
offers.
time since we've seen 96%. So making sure you know how to price right. You should be in Jim's class, CMA class. You should be if you don't know how to do a high level CMA, then make sure you're attending these classes. We've got top agents that are teaching how to do that.
So here we are, here's August 96. Let's go back here. Let's go to this one. Here's the peak of the
2000.
low,
2011.
it was 80, 88, 89%.
Yeah.
So
Crazy.
sellers were giving a 12% discount from their original list price, and they had their closing costs. What did their net sheet look like, right?
Right.
They weren't netting a lot, they didn't have a lot to net anyways. Then we got to the craziness of the market, we were over here, we had 101%. And now we're down to the 96.
Yeah. All right, let's stop share. Right there. Yep. I do that. All right, questions, ahas.
I got something on this, especially the days on market. So I just got a listing last week. They had interviewed 6 agents. Most of them told her she could sell it for 400,000 and they would do less commission than me. I went in, I said, I had the numbers on average days on market and different prices in her area. And by then she was like, price it where you want because you're the professional. And she fought me on commission and I got my full commission because I told her I'm not the cheapest one out there, but I'll get your house sold if we do it at this price point. And by bringing those statistics, she signed it on the spot. She'd already talked to a bunch of agents. She planned on talking to 2 more. And we ended it there because I brought the numbers with me.
There you go.
Oh, that's excellent, Zach. There is a reason, and I give this scenario all the time. There's a reason that Chick-fil-A and McDonald's, if they're sitting side by side, that people will pass the $1.99 chicken sandwich at McDonald's and go pay $7 for the chicken sandwich at Chick-fil-A. People pay for value. Do you know what your value is and can you articulate it to a client? They will pay you. Just like they pay way too much for a chicken sandwich sometimes, right? Because they see the value in that chicken sandwich. So, Angela, thank you. Yes, I pulled it out and let them know that the average days on markets for this neighborhood is X. First 7 to 10 days of no showings and no offers, overpriced rate 3 to 5%. Great job. Yeah. And having that conversation up front. When do you hold the 7:45 call? Zach's asking.
Zach, so that's on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday morning. Look for a link, that probably comes from Liz. It gets into, we do it on Google Meet. I go 7:45 to 8 o'clock. I want to respect people's times, because a lot of times people are in the car. But we still cover a lot of stuff in that 45 minutes each week.
Also, Gene Rivers is in the Market Center on Thursday. He's coming in from Florida. He has an amazing story, an amazing business that he has run. He's going to be talking how to build wealth through real estate and his journey as far as building his business. You guys, if you don't have anything on Thursday already booked, please clear your calendar. Every single one of you should be in that room. It's going to be an amazing day, 9 to 4 on Thursday.
And you'll also be entertained. His laugh.
Oh, he's
hilarious.
Hilarious and very to the point. You guys will be, sometimes you'll feel like, oh my gosh, is he screaming at me? But he's not. So he's awesome.
He's passionate.
Any other questions, comments, ahas? Anyone wants to share?
Can I just give a quick bold update?
Yes, please.
We are at 48 people for first step. We have 18 fully registered and 4 leadership registrations. We need to get our numbers up. We're opening the doors to other market centers in our area, and we've got people gnawing at the bit to get into our office to take bold here with this coach. So I just, if you guys have questions about it, at least get signed up for first step. It's free. I promise you, you will take something away. Thank you.
Awesome, love it. And so I just want to end with, just remember this, you guys, tough weeks don't define us. Last week was a tough week. How we rise after them does. You're in the right room with the right people at the right time. So lean into it, go get your unfair share. You guys are the best of the best in the business. So we're blessed to be in business with you. Thank you so much. Have an amazing week.
We're grateful. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
See you all.
Thank you.